Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now.
All right, man, let's jump into this right away, man. Unified MMA 53. Super welterweight title. Like, tell me how this all got put together, this matchup.
I don't know, man. I just I was the welterweight champ, and then I dropped down to 165 because I guess Sonny got rid of the title. So he said, Pat, you're either going to be the 165 champ or the 175 champ, and I won it at 170. So I don't know how that all worked out, but so then I fought Jake Lindsay at 165, and I got injured. It was a minor injury before the fight in my back, but during the fight and after the fight, it became a pretty major injury. So yeah, I took time off. Um, I started boxing. I had a pro boxing fight, but it wasn't helping my recovery. So yeah, I had to walk away from all the combat sports, and yeah, I got healthy and got back into it. Beat Michael Hill, and yeah, here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Let's rewind, man. Let's dig into that a little bit more. You know, what I mean, I think people should know what's going on. So in 2019 March, you fought
Yeah.
Jake Lindsay,
Mhm.
lost that fight. You explained what happened in that situation. You know, it's still a loss in your career, your only loss. And then
Yeah.
after that, the pandemic hit. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you wanted to like get back into it, and you know how fighters are. They want to kind of erase the memory of something that they don't enjoy by performing much better. Take us to that time.
Yeah, so like the pandemic was actually pretty good for me because it forced me to rest and whatnot, right? Because I couldn't go to the gym, and this is my dog. My dog.
There you go.
he
Cameo.
he's just trying to jump up on the bed.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyways, yeah, it forced me to rest, and yeah, it was part of my recovery because I kept trying to come back and do shit, and then it'd flare up, I'd make it worse, and yeah, I wasn't doing the right things, but I ended up seeing a specialist, Dr. Stuart McGill. He's one of the leading guys in back issues and stuff, actually in the world. And he used to be a professor at the University of Waterloo in my hometown, but he's retired now. And I reached out to him. He told me to drive up to his place in Gravenhurst the next day, and he might take a look at me. Worked with me, fixed me up, and yeah, I'm 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 good. My back is good. My body is good. So, but yeah, anyways, the pandemic it forced me to rest, and yeah, it was part of my recovery for sure.
Man, that's great, man. You took a bad situation for the world and you turned into something great for yourself. Hey, not many people did that during that time. You know, a lot of people went down some bad holes. You know what I
Yeah, well,
mean?
that's kind of just who I am, right? I'm always like a glass half full type of guy, right? So yeah, that's just how I
And
am.
you took that boxing fight and then you actually got back into MMA in
Mhm,
2022 December, and you got the win over Michael Hill. How did
mhm.
you feel in that fight, man? Did you feel like there was some kind of rust in you or anything like that?
No, I don't really believe in that, to be honest. Because I've had a lot of fights, especially as an amateur in kickboxing, and I've matured as a fighter. So yeah, for me, I don't know. Maybe I think that's a mental thing for some people. Ring rust. I don't believe it is for me.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Maybe, yeah. Like I don't know, because sometimes you start off slow or you start off too fast or whatnot. But you could be very experienced and not have and be in a fight 3 months prior to that and still make those same mistakes. It's just I don't really believe in ring rust, and obviously it didn't show in my performance.
No, no, it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. That was a pretty quick one. Now leads you into this fight, man.
Mm.
Fay Bursell.
Mhm.
What do you know about him? What can you tell us about the matchup?
What do I know about him? I think he's a pretty good fighter. Yeah, I think he's pretty good. He got when he fought Ali Sharkey, he got taken down quite a bit, and Ford took him down pretty. pretty easy. I got a lot of wins by ground and pound, so that might be a option. But also, his stand up is pretty good too, and that might be another way to just stand and trade with him. Since, see who's better in that facet of mixed martial arts. But I don't know. I think he's a lot like me in a lot of ways. I've seen him in victory. He seems like a very humble, nice guy, right? He's probably a lot like me. Probably works hard. He's probably a tradesman. Yeah, he's a tough guy. A
For sure.
champion
And,
for a reason.
yeah, definitely. And, 10 months also, between your last fight and this fight.
Mhm.
Why the long extended break?
I got married, right? I proposed after the last fight, and then getting ready for that. And yeah, it's just the way it worked. Just the way it worked out. And also,
Congratulations.
Sonny wanted me to fight Fay Bursell, and I don't know if he was injured or the last Unified that was in Niagara, he didn't want to do it or something, or needed time off or something. So yeah, I just ended up waiting for him.
All right.
But yeah,
Congratulations, by the way.
life gets in the way too, right? So like I work full time and I got responsibilities, so it's not easy for me to do this shit.
Yeah, for sure. And with everything that's going on in your life, where are you doing your training camp for this fight? Who are you working with?
Oh, I got a lot of really good guys. I've actually got in quite a bit of work with Mike Malott for this fight, and that guy's the best in our country. So if you can work with him, you're very fortunate. It's a privilege to work with somebody like that. And yeah, I've been training with Krellin at House of Champions. And then then the same guys that I came up with and my original Muay Thai coach from when I was like 15. He's still holding pads for, like, tonight. He was holding pads for me. We're working together some game plan. Like, I got a lot of the same guys. I really believe in in that, right? Loyalty. Stay with the guys that helped you. No matter how big you think you get or whatnot. Stay with the people that stayed with you.
You see a lot of guys, they will go from pad holder to pad holder, coach to coach, right? But you said you've had the same coach since you're 15 years old, holding
Mhm.
pads for you. Explain the benefits of that, because they know you the best, right? So they know when you're tired. They know you might not look tired, but they'll know when you're tired, and they know, like, your tendencies more. It's a great relationship that you've built, right?
Yeah, but you know what else it is? It's they give a shit about you. They care about you. And they're not just trying to jump on some sort of hype train or whatnot, right? Like, they were there for you before you were anything, when you were an amateur, when you're a young kid, right? And they treat you the exact same way as they're treating you right now. So that's something too, right?
Yeah.
And usually when you're with people for that long of a time, they're not trying to bullshit you, right? Like, they think you're not doing enough. They know you're not doing enough. They know you're not working hard enough. They know you as well as you know yourself in some ways, and in some ways they know you a little bit better. So it's a lot of benefit to it. I think it is, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. You know what I mean? Like, you see a lot of guys jumping around, and it seems like they're good to a certain point, but then,
Mhm.
it seems like they plateau because they don't stick with the same people.
Yeah, but on the flip side of that, like, you do have to get different looks with different coaches also, right? But I'm just saying, I've kept some of my original coaches, and then I've added guys into my, camps and fights and stuff, right? Because it's very good to be loyal, but sometimes you got to get different looks also, right? So there's I see the argument for both sides, right? But sometimes the luck of the draw too, right? Like, I was blessed with a really good coach when I was young, right? But I could imagine somebody else could have got some shitty coach, some shitty pad holder that never fought, never did anything, and you listen to that guy religiously, and then you go into a fight and you get hurt, right? So you can be loyal to a certain extent, and when it comes to that, especially like if your loyalty is working against you, in a sense, right? So
Yeah, we've seen that happen to a few, even like high profile fighters, right? Where these
mhm.
coaches jump on, and you're like, where did these guys come from? And then you realize that they were frauds, and
Yeah,
it's bad luck. Anyways,
yeah.
your fight, man, you have 100% finishing rate. I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
that's in your mind. what do you see out of yourself? You know, I'm not saying like, what do you see in the fight as your, you know, what do you know, I'm saying like, what do you want to show the fans in this title fight?
I just want to put on very good performance. Basically, that's what I always try to do. I don't look for the knockout. The knockout happens, right? The knockout happens, and you know I got half the wins I think are from like ground and pound, and then the other ones are from standing up and taking them out, right? But I'm efficient. I'm pretty good everywhere. You know, like when I fought with Lindsay, my problem was my back. I didn't have the strength to stop some of his takedowns, so I didn't really get to showcase. But if you looked at the guy I fought before that, like Byron Phillips, that guy was a tank, and that guy couldn't take me down. You know, so yeah, it just I'm healthy now. You know, and I just want to put on a good performance, right? If but you know, this guy's tough. This guy's a pretty tough guy, and I saw him take some very good shots from Ryan Ford. Didn't phase him. So I if you're looking for a prediction, I could see it going all five, or I could see it, you know, getting him in the late rounds. But I'm not really that type of guy. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
we're gonna see whoever's the better man that night. Like that's how it is, right? Like you can look at two people. Maybe one guy's a lot better on paper, but the night, like the man who wants it more that night is gonna be the guy that wins. You know, and I'm a dog. He's a dog, right? Like if you watch the Ali Sharkey fight, he was getting obliterated, and he just did not quit on himself. Came back and won. And then Ryan Ford, the first round and a half, Ryan Ford was just taking it to him. Same thing. Guy didn't give up on himself. Came back and won. Right. So he's a dog, and but so am I. So yeah, I think we're gonna have one of the best fights Unified's ever seen.
yeah. It
That's
says
my
a lot when you could take those shots from Ryan Ford. You know, the man
yeah.
can crack. You know,
The
and
man,
that dude
the
didn't go
man
away.
can crack. The man was, you know, he did very well in boxing too, right? Like he fought some tough guys in boxing, and you know, you can't judge Ryan Ford on his last couple of performances just because you know age hasn't, you know, age catches up with everybody. But you know, what you don't lose with age is your power. You don't lose that. That's the last thing to go in a fighter. And yeah, he cracked Buddy pretty good. So um, yeah, it's going to be I can't wait. It's going to be a fantastic night for both of us, regardless of the outcome. I believe that's how it's going to be.
And also, you know, you're not 24 years old. You're 34 years old, right? So what are you looking for in the next year or two? You know what I mean? Like, are you focused on like a certain promotion that you want to get into, or are you just open minded? What does the future look like for you?
I'm just taking this fight, man. I'm taking this one fight at a time. That's just how I am. I'm not thinking past anything. You know, that was another thing. I was distracted when I lost to Lindsay. I was thinking a couple fights ahead, and I was a lot younger, and so yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just looking at my opponent, and that's what I'm doing.
All right. October 28th, Unified MMA 53
Mm.
Super Welterweight title is on
Yeah.
the line. Ottawa, Canada. Pat, thank you so much, man, for the time and
Yes.
all the
Thank you.
best in this upcoming fight.
Are you going to be at the show?
No, I'm not. I'm in Thailand, so I can't
Oh,
make it.
no worries, buddy. No worries.
All
Okay.
good.
It's
All
great
good.
meeting you, dude.